Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AZD here with a second stimulus check update and a second stimulus package update, and the word on Capitol Hill and what's going on in Washington, D.C. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know by now you probably already heard that President Trump had signed the $900 billion COVID relief package into bill on Sunday night. Now, he's been getting a lot of flack because he waited so long. He tried to put it on hold because he wanted to get $2,000 for people instead of just $600. And this is going after he went through the bill with the omnibus bill along with the COVID relief bill. And he was saying, okay, well, in the omnibus bill, there's so much pork and stuff in that bill, meaning that there's too much money that's going to things that were unnecessary. There were programs that did not need so much money allocated towards them for their program or for their section of programs. There's a lot of things that didn't need it. Money was going across seas for programs that he didn't see fit. So what he did, he slowed up the progress, put a stop on the vote. He held up the vote for a very while, about a week or so, saying that he wasn't going to vote on it because of the $600. He believed that the citizens deserved more than $600, and he was pushing for that $2,000. In addition, he was kind of upset about, I guess, the Section 230, which is like stuff for liability for tech companies, and like Twitter would be banning some of the tweets that's going around, especially some of the tweets that the president was putting out. They would put a hold on it because some of it they didn't want to let go because they was like, we're not sure about this tweet. Make sure y'all check y'all facts and different things like that. And he would kind of get flagged on some of his tweets. So with that, in combination with a bunch of other things that wasn't going his way, so he kind of used this for his. So he kind of used it for his advantage to that put a stop on the stimulus check, put a stop on unemployment bonus, put a stop on the eviction notice. All of that was coming to a stop if he didn't sign. So a lot of key Republican leaders and a lot of people was calling him up saying, hey, we got to make sure we get this passed through. We understand that it's not exactly what you want. We don't understand that they don't have the 2,000 in there, but we have to get it through. So he ended up signing it, but with some stipulations of you have to go back and change some things that was in the bill. And he kind of made some ideas of some of the things that he wanted to make change of before he sent it back out. So he signed off the bill so people were able to get unemployment bonus, $300 unemployment bonus, plus $100 if you are like a gig worker or self-employed. You'll be able to get an extra $100 on top of that $300 based upon your state. And if your state actually acknowledged that part, most likely your state should acknowledge it. But he signed off on that, and some people saying, well, he probably held up on unemployment. Some people missed out on their unemployment for about a week or so like that. But he did sign it, and it did get through. And now the IRS and the Treasury Secretary Department are saying that they are in the process of processing those stimulus check, those $600 stimulus check. Now, in the meantime, there's going to be an amendment for $2,000 stimulus check. And you probably heard by now that the amendment did make it through the House of Representatives, and it did pass in the House of Representatives, passed 275 to 134. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Before I continue this video, please make sure you hit that like button so YouTube and the algorithm can know that this video is of valuable to you and can be of valuable to others. So as we saying, President Trump signed a $900 billion COVID relief bill into law, and they're saying that payment processing was already starting as we speak. So as we speak right now, the Treasury Secretary Department, the IRS, they already communicating with one another, and they're saying that the process is on their way. They're already sending out the deposits, the direct deposits. So right now it's going to be based on your bank if you're going to have your direct deposit. Within the next few days or so, they're saying that if you already had direct deposit set up from your previous filing, your tax returns and things like that, and if you already got your CARES Act stimulus check, $1,200 stimulus EIP stimulus check from last time, then you should be getting it the same way that it was processed last time. So with that being said, the $2,000 amendment did make it through the House of Representatives, and it did pass through, like we said, 275 to 134 to amend the amount of stimulus check from $600 to $200, from $600 to $2,000 per adult, $2,000 per child dependent, $2,000 per adult dependent, and that was also amended into the bill after the first initial bill came out. They also amended to put $2,000 for adult dependent as well. So that's $2,000 per adult, $2,000 per child dependent, and $2,000 for adult dependent. So if you have a family of 4, you should be seeing about $8,000 based off of that stimulus bill that got passed through the House of Representatives. So now it's a big deal of will it pass through the Senate, and how will the Senate act towards it. And in the Senate, you have Senator Sanders also was talking to different Republican senators and getting them on board in order to support this $2,000 check. So with Bernie Sanders getting a few more Republicans on the side in order to support the $2,000 stimulus check, we also do have the Republican senators out of Georgia who are running to keep their Senate seats right now. They're campaigning to keep their Senate seat. I believe the vote will be next week Tuesday. So around the same time next week, we should be hearing something in terms of the Senate seats for Georgia. But the 2 Georgia senators right now, the Republican senators, also are supporting the $2,000 check. So if we kind of do the math right now, we probably have about 5 or 6 Senate Republicans that's willing to support the bill. You probably need about a good 6 or 7 more in order to create like a filibuster, like to have like 60 senators vote for it in order for it to like pass through without any issues or anything like that. So was basing this off of the bill, the Cash App bill that passed through the House of Representatives. So we basing off of that bill, okay? Now we're waiting for the bill to make it to the Senate. So the bill has made it to the Senate. Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, I know a lot of y'all probably heard that name by now, because he's having a lot to deal with the stimulus package, stimulus checks, and everything that's been negotiating over the last 6 to 9 months. You probably heard something with Mitch McConnell in there because he's a Senate Majority Leader. He has a lot to do with if a bill makes it to the Senate floor or not. So with that said, the bill did make it to the Senate, but Mitch McConnell is changing up the bill. So instead of just having a straight flat out bill that the Cash Act passed in the House of Representatives, instead of like taking that bill and just submitting it to the floor and having that up for vote, because remember that was $2,000 per adult, $2,000 per child, $2,000 per child dependent, and also $2,000 per adult dependent. Remember, the adult dependents got left out with the CARES Act with the last bill. Mitch McConnell now wants to put more addition to this. So instead of having the bill the way it is, he's going to put a little twist to it, a little different, and add more things to it. So he wants $2,000 per adult, right? $2,000 per adult, $4,000 for a married couple, $6,000 per child dependent up to 3 children, but no money for adult dependents. So if you're 17, 18 or older, no money for adult dependents. Adult dependents will be left out of this bill that will be put forth by Mitch McConnell on the Senate floor. In addition, you have to have a Social Security number to collect the stimulus check. So also involved in Mitch McConnell bill is the repeal for 230 Communication Decency Act. He wants to repeal that because President Trump wasn't excited about that bill. So they want to repeal the bill and make some changes, have those tech companies being more liable. Another thing that he added to this bill was an election fraud committee made up of mixed parties, bipartisan group, advisory committee, in order to investigate elections, and not just upcoming elections or elections that we have with like the Georgia election, but specifically to investigate the last election that we had, 2020 election. But we're putting those 2 additional things in the bill. It's not a smooth bill, and the election it's not a smooth bill, and Congress will be done on Sunday. Sunday night, all bills, if they're not voted on by Sunday, it will all disappear. Bernie Sanders was trying to have everybody come back to the Senate in order to vote on this bill. They was going to have like a up-down count or something like that. Basically, like have every Senate say if they're present and say if they're going to vote for this bill or not. And with these adding things into it, most Democrats won't be supporting, especially with the 230 repeal for the Communication Decency Act. A lot of them not going to want to hear a repeal for the 230. So Senate Democrats most likely won't vote on it if it gets put on the floor. So that $2,000 stimulus check most likely won't happen, especially with this Congress that's in session. Congress going to be done on Sunday night. All bills that are on the floor are up to proposal. All that will be done. They will disappear because you're going to have the new Congress coming in, especially with the election that's going on in Georgia. Chuck Schumer is saying that it's not going to be a good look. Most likely they won't vote on this bill because it's not a clean bill. It's not just identifying, okay, $2,000 stimulus check for adult, $2,000 per child, or $600 per child. It's not just identifying the amount for the stimulus check. Now with Mitch McConnell putting additional things such as the 230 repeal for the Communication Decency Act and also the Election Fraud Committee, it's most likely a lot of Democrats won't vote on this. So we'll probably just be kicking the ball down the road again, trying to figure out with this $2,000 stimulus check. But the good news is that the COVID Relief Act did get signed into law, so people who are expecting extension with the unemployment will get extension with unemployment. They will get also the $300 bonus, weekly bonus for unemployment. And if you're an independent contract gig worker, you also have access to additional $100 a week. So that could be up to $400 a week unemployment bonus. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to have to continue to monitor what's going on Capitol Hill, what's going on in Washington, D.C., and how this $2,000 stimulus check is going to pan out. As we continue to go on, you see the COVID numbers are rising. Many people need food, shelter, a lot of things. It's getting colder. More states are starting to lock down. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what Washington, D.C. do. We're going to have to see how the Senate act in terms of this voting for the $2,000 stimulus check with these additional add-ins onto it with the 230 repeal and also the Election Fraud Committee. So once again, it's ANZD. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and share this with others. And also continue to be safe. Make sure you wear those masks, practice that social distance, wash your hands, keep your hands away from your eyes, nose, and mouth, and continue to be safe. Talk to you later. Peace.